Mori just glanced out the window, and a murder scene unexpectedly appeared in the building opposite. He hurriedly rushed to the room across with the nurse, but there wasn't a single person in sight.
The local police officer was expecting the Joe second as route. Also may consider.
Mori's attending physician, Dr. Bear, suspected he was mistaken, but after that, he saw the same scene 2 or 3 more times. The nurses on duty were used to it, and there was still nothing in the building across. Ran hurriedly rushed from home. Dax Young analyzed that the famous detective handles a large number of cases every day, and the mental stress is too heavy, causing hallucinations. However, Mori firmly believed he really saw the murder scene. Conan, understanding his father-in-law, decided to investigate the scene himself. He quickly discovered something fishy. There were large water stains by the tightly closed window, clearly indicating someone had opened the window, allowing the rain to be blown in by the wind. Suddenly, an old warehouse next door caught Conan's attention. If the reflection principle of 2 glass panes was used, it could completely project the murder scene into this room. No wonder Mori found nothing every time he rushed here. The real crime scene was actually in the warehouse next door. After some searching, Conan indeed found a medical training dummy in the warehouse. Is this just a simple prank, or is there something more sinister? To uncover the truth, Conan decides to stay overnight at the hospital. Tonight, I will stay in the hospital to take care of Uncle Mori. Oh, this is truly touching. Late at night, the eerie murder scene played out again, and this time Conan also witnessed the horrifying scene. After confirming that there was nothing wrong with his mind, Mori was full of energy again, and he ran ahead of Conan with a crutch. This is simply a medical miracle.
Kogoro, Mori is back!
Conan quickly ran to the warehouse next door, but it was empty, with the dummy lying quietly on the ground. Suddenly, Conan realized he had been tricked, and his father-in-law was in danger. By the time he ran to the room across, Mori was lying peacefully on the ground, and next to him was Dr. Xiaofu, but judging by his appearance, he seemed a bit dead. A murder occurred at Baker Hospital. Kogoro rushed over, and the only suspect at the scene was Mori. He vaguely remembers being knocked out from behind.
Nobita, who arrived, was certain that Mori killed Dr. Shofu, and Kokoro gave him a strange look.
Nobita explained that Mori has been under a lot of mental stress recently, which might have unconsciously led him to kill someone. Conan stepped forward to testify that he also saw the murder scene across the way, but the testimony of a suspect's relative is unlikely to be accepted by the court. Hearing this, Mori even suspected that he might have killed someone unknowingly.
What? Don't talk nonsense, okay? Calm him down, Dad.
Upon hearing that there was a personal grudge between Shofu and Nobita, Kogura immediately followed this lead to verify that Nobita had a perfect alibi on the day of the incident. The nurse on duty could confirm that he was making a phone call in the office at the time, and they even had a brief conversation. However, Nobita's previous strange behavior was hard not to suspect, so Conan sneaked into Nobita's office to look for clues. He was shocked to discover that sugar-loving Nobita didn't add sugar to his coffee this time. Conan suddenly realized the culprit is Nobita.
He used a small flying needle to possess his father-in-law, which is a 2-stage planned case.
The murderer first made Mori mistakenly believe that he had a mental problem, in order to subsequently frame. To lay the groundwork for framing someone for murder, to achieve his goal, he repeatedly used the dummy in the old warehouse, reflecting it through the window, allowing Mori to witness the murder scene firsthand. However, tonight, the killer is executing the real murder plan.
When Mori hurriedly rushed to the opposite side,
as he reached the building, he was ambushed by the killer hiding behind the door, thus framing Mori for murder due to excessive mental stress. As for the culprit, it is Nobita. Nobita calmly refuted, saying he had a perfect alibi, but Conan sharply pointed out that his alibi was a diversion. First, use the mobile phone to call the office landline, then click the speakerphone. After completing the murder plan, use the phone to talk to the nurse, then hide behind the door to attack the arriving Mori. Finally, during the chaos, quickly rushed to the office to hang up the phone. But he didn't anticipate that the nurse prepared a cup of coffee for him. A man whom even insulin couldn't save didn't eat sugar this time, which means he didn't drink that cup of coffee. Nobita, however, said that he occasionally likes to change things up and have a cup of pure coffee. He is certain that he drank that cup of coffee. As for why there were no smudges on the cup, it was probably removed when the cup was washed. Conan pointed out that there were no fingerprints of Nobita on the coffee cup, but on the cup, however, has the nurse's fingerprints. Could it be that your fingerprints covered the nurse's fingerprints, and then could it have been washed off? The only explanation is that you washed the coffee cup while wearing the gloves used in the crime.
What an irony. The gloves that were originally worn to avoid leaving evidence ended up becoming the evidence to solve the case.
Koger urgently inquired about the motive for the crime. The head of surgery at the hospital is retiring next month, and the only candidates for the position are Dr. Nobita and Dr. Tsuneo. Tsuneo used Nobita's scandal to force him to resign, and Nobita had no choice but to comply because Tsuneo had evidence of Nobita's backdoor entry into the hospital. Not wanting to give up, Nobita planned to kill Tsuneo. In the end, neither candidate could take the position due to the murder case, and a lucky person at the hospital effortlessly became the director.